been a few days since I have recorded anything. Just still getting into the habit of things. And now is my first week at home without kids. Um, Last week, which was my first week after the surgery, we had spring break here in Sweden. And so even though I was recuperating, still really didn't have much time for myself, although my family has been really good. My husband and kids, they've been cooking and everything. Although I've been feeling really guilty about that, so I've tried to do a little bit of cooking myself. But I do get tired, or I did get tired uh, during that last week. Um, I still haven't really done any exercising as yet. I'm, even though my app keeps on telling me it's time, I'm going to start this week. Probably with like some strength training. I still have the staples in my stomach, and when I move certain ways, it really hurts. I'm not going to be doing any core training, but definitely some sort of, I guess, arm training, maybe legs, squats. I don't know. We'll see what I can do. We'll see what I. When I'm excited, I'm really want to like start moving forward. I mean, I am moving forward. Actually, today when I weighed myself, I was um 87.5. That means since the 25th of January, uh when I started the liquid diet, that I have now lost more than 10 kilos. I don't know. It's more than 20 pounds in any case. And that's pretty awesome, you know. I I've lost weight before, but normally at around the 10 kilo mark, I started getting complacent. And I mean, now this is just the beginning, you know. I mean, I'm only 11 days out, and I'm already seeing results from the surgery. So I'm really looking forward to seeing. I'm looking forward to this journey, really. I feel kind of bad when I read people's posts about how they feel a few weeks after operation. Some people have it really tough. And if you're thinking about getting any sort of bariatric surgery done, you have to accept, or you have to realize that not everybody is going to have that sort of fairy tale ending. There are people that unfortunately do have complications after bariatric surgery. So if you're thinking of getting bariatric surgery, um, you have to be prepared, and you have to do as much research as you can, and you have to be honest with yourself, because there's also talk a lot in forums and everything uh, people about people not getting support from their family. And after surgery, you need to have that support. You need to have it's it's hard as it is, you know, physically, what you have to go through, even if you're not having any pain, even if you're not having any sort of real complications, just all of the habits, all of the things that you have to relearn. It's difficult. I mean, like right now when I eat, I have an app that tells me you're eating too fast. And there's so many things that you have to relearn. You have to get used to. You have to get used to eating much smaller portions. You have to get used to sipping and not gulping down, because it's going to hurt. And then on top of that, if you don't have a family that supports you, then you have to, family or friends, then you're going to have to be even stronger, because this isn't, it's not an easy way out. And it hurts. It really, really hurts when I hear about people that don't have a good support group, who have friends and family that say, "Oh, you're cheating." Like, I mean, just stop eating. Just I mean, you can lose weight naturally. You can just take it, just diet, just exercise more. And it's as if we haven't gone through that already. You don't choose bariatric surgery because it's the first thing that comes to mind. Because it's surgery. I mean, you're changing the inside of your body. And I think naturally we don't want to do that. But there are people that just don't understand that this is like, we do this because we're worried about our health. We do this because we have been struggling with mental self-esteem issues, with eating disorders, with unhealthy relationships when it comes to food, with image issues with image. And this is a tool. And when people say that you're cheating, so what have we been doing all of those other years? We've been suffering. Like, why can't people accept that we also don't want to suffer? I mean, yo-yo dieting is not fun. And this whole about not having control, there has to be more of an understanding that when you become obese, not just overweight, like obese, like really obese, it's not because you just simply can't stop eating. Yes, that's a symptom. But there's so much involved. And I'm really glad that people are beginning to see obesity as a disease, because really that's what it is. It's like a precursor to so many other issues that really weigh down the health system. And if things like, I mean, bariatric surgery isn't the only solution, but I mean, if we look into more solutions, more support for people that are obese, more government support with respect to being able to have healthy food accessible, then we can go a long way towards helping people, towards changing the world with this. If people just understood that obesity is a sickness, then that whole stigma of overweight, and we would get help. That's really what I hope that the world moves towards. I'm not against, I'm not saying that you can't be happy being fat. I mean, I believe in having a healthy self-image regardless of what your weight is. However, this isn't an issue about fat shaming or being embarrassed that I was fat or am still fat. No, and people about loving your curves. I think totally two different things. Because you should love yourself regardless if you're overweight, regardless if you're thin. Self-love, loving yourself is important on every level. But I don't think we need to make a whole big thing about, you have to like be happy with being fat. And you should just love your curves. It's not about loving your curves. It's about loving yourself and about doing what's best for yourself, best for your body. It's about being in a good mental state. So loving your curves, sure. But what's most important is loving yourself. Regardless if you're overweight, regardless if you're skinny, what size you are, what color you are, what sexual orientation you have. It's loving yourself. And this surgery, I did it because I needed to love myself. I needed to want to make myself healthier for myself, for my family, for my future. I mean, on just so many different levels. I mean, I could feel that I was so unhealthy. And I remember a couple of years back when I decided to to try veganism. When I ate healthier and I gave my body the fuel it desired, the fuel it needed, I was in a really good mental space. But unfortunately, my years of food mismanagement, I I went back to my old habits, and that's because mentally up here I wasn't okay, you know. I My relationship with food was just really destructive. Um, that's why I mean I feel that my relationship with food is both destructive and rejuvenating. It just depends on the type of food. Now, my whole outlook towards food has changed because of the surgery. I can't eat very much at all, and I'm very very conscious about what I ingest, because what I eat becomes me, you know? And it becomes a part of my body, and if I were to continue to feed it with junk, then my body isn't going to feel good. I'm not going to feel good. I'm going to mentally feel worse. And it's like this vicious cycle. And now with the surgery, it's all been reset. And it's like a blank slate for me to write my new story on. And I'm excited. Uh, I I mean, I don't know how this journey is going to end up, because, we don't know how life is, but I'm determined. I'm determined that, you know, 2022, a year from now, when I'm still doing videos, that I'll be a totally different person. Not just physically, but more so mentally. That's really what I'm looking forward to. That I'll have this sort of balance in my life. That's something that I'm really, really, really trying to work on. And I'm going to talk more about just the whole mental aspect of weight loss and weight loss surgery, and getting work-life balance and everything, because, life, you only have the one. And we need to make the most out of it. And that's what I'm doing now. And so I hope that if you're just if you're just like me, recovering from weight loss surgery, or if you are considering weight loss surgery, that you view this not as your answer, but just as one piece of the puzzle to fixing yourself, because it's not just the weight loss. You don't become a beast by overnight just because you've eaten too much. There's always some sort of mental aspect involved. And I hope, whatever stage in your journey that you're on, whatever you're going through, that you look at it as a whole, and you think about, what exactly do I need? Because it's important. The food is important, the exercise is important, but up here, that's what's most important, because that's what's going to determine whether you succeed or whether you fail. So make sure that before you get weight loss surgery, that you also find that support that you need. If you don't have it from your family or from your friends, find support groups like on Facebook or online. People that are going through what you're going through, who can help you through this journey. And also be prepared for the work that it's going to take, because it's not going to be the solution. It's merely a tool, because it's going to be hard work even afterwards. You're going to have to relearn to do a lot of things, and it's not going to be easy. Even if the recuperation is easy, there's a lot that you need to do. There's a lot of habits that you need to break, and there's a lot of work that needs to be done. But it'll be awesome. It'll be so great when you finally reach that balance, that equilibrium. And that is what I'm hunting. That is what I am after. So anyways, that's it from me, guys. Just wanted to air out my thoughts and just get it out there. Hopefully I will be sharing with you soon some of the recipes that I am planning. I can't cook them yet because I can't eat them yet, but I have so many ideas. Catch you later, and have a good day.